I had a question come in on how I actually did the modeling for my dust shoe on my Workbee 1010. And I'll go ahead and show you that here. I'm using Fusion 360 for this. And let's turn off all the dust shoe components over here for now. Um, so when I built my kit, when it came from Open Builds, I knew that I wanted to attach some type of dust shoe to this and be independent of the Z axis. So when I built my kit and I made the X gantry, I actually used some longer screws on this to hold these two plates together. And I think I picked maybe a 25 millimeter screw, and it used to be maybe a 10. I don't know, whatever. This screw here sticks out about probably another half an inch, maybe. And that's where I was going to be able to attach my dust shoe. So if you look at the front of this, from the front view, you can have something mount to these four screws here, and then you just had to make sure that when you did the modeling, you didn't have a collision between whatever your dust shoe and this Z-axis. So we'll go ahead and turn on that mount first, and it looks like this here. So this mount actually rides right on top of that screw, and if you had to take into account the bolt was still there. So if we turn this back off again, you see that that nut is still there. So when I did the modeling for this, I needed to provision for that nut. So on the back side of this thing, I have a recess in here that the nut sits inside of, and the longer screw fits to this front. So then also what I ended up doing on the side here was I put in a rib nut, an M5 rib nut, and it looks like this here. So this rib nut I just press fit it in there, and it's a threaded nut, and it's really meant for being pushed into some, like steel, so you can have a threaded insert into some steel. But this ABS was very forgiving, and I just pressed it in with a vise. So the slider looks like this here. So the slider fits on. Let me turn the spindle back on here. So the slider sits on, and there's a slot on this side. And so this part actually moves up and down, and that controls the height of the actual bristles on the dust shoe part. And in order to attach it, I got the thumb. What do they call these things? Thumb screw or something like that. This is the M5 thumb screw. So that's that there. And then on the bottom of this slider part, I put in some recesses for some magnets. And then if we turn on this, the thing that holds my brush plate part, doesn't look like it. Something got messed up with what I was doing, but let me turn this part off. Let's just look at the brush plate part. Okay, so down here on the bottom of this, I put in like a trough that will grab the top of the brush, and then I put in some holes here for some number 6 wood screws, and those go through the plastic and hold the brush in place. And then I just had to make sure that I have the right hole diameter for the router to fit through, and then also had to provision to make sure that let's turn everything on here. I had to provision from the bottom side that the spindle as well as this piece of extrusion here did not have a collision here. So that's really kind of what I did for the modeling. It was really pretty simple, and you can 3D print this on any 3D printer. And if you'd like for me to send out STL files or even publish this dust shoe, I'll go ahead and do that. Just let me know. Okay, thanks for watching.